What's up guys, welcome back to the Cold Brew Guru. In today's video, I am going to be trying some IKEA coffee. Recently, my wife and I went to IKEA, the IKEA in Burbank. It's humongous if you've been there. And we were there walking around, furniture shopping, and I came across some of their coffee stuff. They had this cute little all glass French press, and then basically next to it, coffee for a French press. So I'm gonna make cold brew with their coffee, with their French press, and we're gonna see if it's any good. Let's talk about the coffee. So it says stay in the moment with a PÅTÅR. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Obviously it's IKEA-ish, which is Swedish. A PÅTÅR is a second cup of coffee. Ground pressed coffee, dark roast, organic. It has an acidity level of 3, a body of 4, and a roasting of 4. This is a 17-ounce brick, essentially. It's a lot of coffee, it's really dense. Produced in Sweden, so Swedish. My apologies to IKEA fans. Let's talk about what's on the back real quick. What makes a good cup of coffee? Our PÅTÅR coffees are not only UTZ certified, but organic too. Just like the coffee served in IKEA restaurants and IKEA bistros. Okay, cool. Before I open that, let's talk about the French press. So here it is, I haven't opened it. Like I said, it's glass and plastic with a couple metal accents here, and then the press piece is metal. It has this plastic bottom, which does pop off. Now the thing with this French press is there's no size markings on the outside of the French press. So I don't know how many ounces this French press holds. Therefore, I'm not really sure how much coffee to put in it. No idea. For scale and for reference, here is my 32 or 34, I don't remember, stainless steel French press that I use. Obviously much larger. I guess this looks like about half. We'll see. I'll probably never really use it to make coffee, but it's kind of just a cute little thing. The French press is called the UPPPHETTA. I think I'm saying that right. Okay. The reason that this is such a large piece of paper is not because there's that many instructions for the French press. It's because the instructions are in 32 languages. Okay. So once again, there are absolutely no references or markings or any explanations about what the size of this French press is. It's not there in the instructions. The instructions basically just tell you how to make French press coffee. It's a guessing game, but lucky for me, I'm pretty good at guessing. So what I'm going to do is use this 1/4 cup. I think this should be good, maybe 1, because it's ground coffee, it's not the beans. Usually when I make cold brew, I use 3/4 of a cup of whole beans. All right, let's open the coffee. Looking at it, immediately I can tell, even though that this says ground press coffee and it has the little graphic of a French press there on the front, this is a lot more finely ground than I would usually use to make cold brew. I think I'm not gonna need that much since it's so finely ground. I think I'm gonna use 1/4 cup without making a huge mess. All right, a rounded 1/4 cup. We'll go a little bit over. Coffee beans in there. I'm gonna add the water straight from the fridge. I wasn't totally sure where to put the water to, so I used the stainless steel part as sort of a guide. Basically filled the water up to there. You can see right now, almost all the grounds are floating, and so you would never want to put this in your refrigerator and make cold brew with it, because completely dry grounds on the top that are not exposed, not submerged in the water. And while yes, eventually if you left this in the fridge, these grounds will slowly sink in and get submerged, but you want to get an even spread. You want all the grounds wet, as wet as they can be. Here's what it's looking like now that I completely stirred it up. As you can see, much better mixed. So now what I'm going to do is cover this up, put it in the fridge, and we'll taste it. All right, it is now the next morning. It's been about 24 hours that I steeped that in the fridge for. I am wearing the same outfit that I was wearing yesterday. Please just leave me alone. So now we're going to press this thing. I use saran wrap as a lid. First, before I even press it, let's talk about the actual plunger, the IKEA plunger. It has this plastic piece, plastic button sort of thing. The actual coil mechanism, I'm looking at it. It looks kind of like warped almost. I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully it holds up, and we'll see if we're left with a lot of residual grounds or if it presses it pretty clean or not. Let's find out. You guys know the drill. When you're pressing your cold brew, you want to do it very slow. There's no rush at this point. You just left it in the fridge for 24 hours. I think you can take another 60 seconds to press it slowly. So you press until you feel some friction, and then you want to stop. You don't want to press too much. Crystal tasting press. As another quick note, I'm going to taste this straight out of the French press right now. But usually when I make cold brew and when I pour out the rest of this, what I'm going to do is use a paper filter, pour it through the paper filter into a pitcher. I like to just do a double filtration sort of thing, just to have an extra clean cup of cold brew. But for this cup, I'm gonna just taste it straight up. So you can't see it because it's really, really fine, but there are actually quite a lot of coffee ground particles in this glass. Color looks pretty good though. Hi! Another guest cameo from baby girl Mila here. You're just too cute, baby. Okay, I'm back. Like I was saying, kind of a dirty cup of coffee, honestly. Obviously, this is one of the reasons why I pour it through a paper filter. You would clean all of this out. Just as a gentle reminder, this is what I'm drinking. If you see it at IKEA, the PÅTÅR, they might have other coffees there, I'm not sure, but let's taste it. Yeah. It's not very good. Now, I don't want to go misjudging this coffee. Maybe this coffee was intended for a hot press in the French press, not for cold brew. At least with this cold brew that I just made, it's just not very good. It's really bitter, and it just almost tastes like burnt coffee, which rarely when I make cold brew does it have a burnt flavor, so not very good. I'm just gonna dump the rest of that out actually. All right, so that is the French press and coffee kit from IKEA. I'll be honest, the French press is really cute. Maybe you could bring it if you're traveling or something. The coffee, it might be good. I'm gonna give this another try. I'm gonna put this in my hot drip coffee machine and see if it makes a better cup there, but I did not really like it in the French press for cold brew. So honestly, I don't recommend this setup for cold brew. You should get the stainless steel French press that I use, which is linked down below in the description, and try a variety of coffee beans. Buy the beans whole and then grind them yourself, extra coarse, and make cold brew that way. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next cold brew guru video.